This is an Alex Jones level thing, but it started in 2017 and stopped. Too long, didn't read. It didn't work, probably never will, as the same process that would allow you to do this project, at least in the sci-fi way of Dr. Moreau on the island, would also allow a parasite or any other kind of infection to have the same effect and cause a birth defect, and that would result in a failed embryo. So, the imagined sci-fi version versus even doing it for practical usage did not work. But what am I talking about? In 2017, there was an intriguing possibility. Have an animal host generate functional human tissues and stem cells specifically, and maybe organs as well someday. But the idea is to do the experiment first, and it was based on placing some human cells inside of an embryo as it was beginning to grow, letting the outside casing, which is the reason it's referred to as being a blastocyst. It's a bladder cyst compartment. The inner cells could be replaced with human cells, and in this case, a swine, a pig, would be used as a host for the cells to grow more cells. And this could be a starting point to maybe putting in stem cells or some other cells to cause sections of muscle to be produced, or human-compatible things like growing a kidney. So it would just feed an organ instead of a baby animal. Now, obviously, if this was able to be done by now, you know this, some species on the planet would have started invading the wombs of every animal to infest and infect a growing embryo. And in fact, there is a version of this. But this also causes the mother to expel such a mutated and damaged living thing growing inside of it. Obviously, this would probably just result in non-viable creatures and also would be counterproductive to the host species, namely a female pig or any other animal. And there are diseases that do kill or damage a fetus, a embryo. So this is something we already know about. But these were experiments to attempt to do this to see if it was possible. This does not mean it's the island of Dr. Moreau, and that's it. Anyway, it was an intriguing possibility. By 2021, differences in embryo development between human and the host species were a barrier for efficient chimera formation, even in pigs. Pigs are considered the best human organ generation host we got, and it failed. They were able to do a few things, but this does not mean, frog's gay. I mean, just any Alex Jones joke you want to come up with. After fertilization, a normally developing embryo only at day 3 will contain around 10 cells or a few more or less. And then by day 7, it's 200 or 300, really escalating. And it's inside of something called a blastocyst, which is formed from the first set of cells, and then some start differentiating. This is pre-differentiation. It's not going to form any specific parts. The inner cell mass is the source of embryonic stem cells that start the process. And this could be used to form, if you could manipulate them some way that we don't even know yet, you could form potentially other cells. And anybody out there who has a damaged pancreas and needs to take insulin or any other medical problem that you can come up with would benefit from this, and it would involve them copying their own cells. You would be generating copies of your own damaged parts so you could get a second chance at this. This would be broadly applicable in stem cell therapies, including cell repair, replacement, and regeneration of tissues, and possibly, again, whole organs. But again, since this would also, if it was able to work, obviously insinuate that other living things could do the same thing and parasitically take advantage of it, doesn't happen. It's sort of like the cuckoo bird and various other birds that will parasitically have their egg laid in a nest that doesn't belong to it, and then the bird will then shove all of the other baby birds out, so it's the only one being fed by the mother. This is not advantageous to the species that is the host because it's damaged. This is a parasitic behavior, and we would be parasitizing other animals. And again, there are hundreds of thousands of examples of parasites being reacted to in living things to prevent this sort of thing exactly. So, no, this didn't work. It was a failed pathway, and if you were looking up this meme, I'm a wet blanket, that's what I do for entertainment and for hobby. It didn't work. And yes, people are using images of human-pig hybrid pictures and something from Dr. Moreau, and if I can do that for an icon, I will. Neener, neener. But no, it never worked. It was an experiment group that was having some success in 2017, and then the meme comes up, well, that's what they tell us. I don't see Donald Trump getting a replacement for that hair problem he has. So, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. No, it didn't work. Bye.